What's up guys, welcome to another episode of But Does It Spin, and today we'll be looking at our third DB Bay in this channel. And of course, it is none other than Vanish Fafnir. We are looking forward to this piece right here, which is the F gear for our Belial. Currently our Belial only has the V gear on it, so it is fantastic to see another upgrade for it. Of course, most people have already seen this months before, but we are just getting to it now. And that's fantastic. Vanish Fafnir, of course, is a left spinning bay. It is made out of, this blue part is all rubber, which is fantastic. We do have the Vanish Fafnir F7 from Quad Drive Hasbro, and that one was all plastic. So, you know, it would be interesting to see how the original performs in comparison to that. Maybe we'll even make a battle between the real Fafnir versus the Hasbro Fafnir and see how they do. And yeah, not much to say about anything else. Let's get this baby open and see how it spins. So here we are with everything out of the box. Let's take a look at the layer first. This is Vanish with the DB core of Fafnir. What a fantastic looking Beyblade. Of course, we did put the stickers, but even without the stickers, the paint job was so much better done than the Hasbro one. We did open the Hasbro one in this channel, if you guys would like to take a look at that. And of course, unlike the Hasbro one, this is fully rubberized. All this blue part is fully rubberized, and I think that's fantastic. It does have these holes, which makes sense as a rubber to absorb the impact more when it's turning, which is fantastic. The Hasbro one was plastic, so it made no sense to have these holes in it, but it did. That said, the Hasbro one, despite it being all fully plastic, it did spin steel quite a bit, pretty well as well. So, you know, looking forward to see how this rubberized one, the original one, does. The armor on this is 3, I believe. And yeah, it is hefty. The layer itself is pretty heavy, possibly because of all the rubber, but you know, I think it just looks amazing. It's a very pretty looking Beyblade. I always loved Fafnir. I think this green side is also really cool as it stands out. It's just all in all very pretty layer. The forged disc is tapered, and this is pretty heavy. But also its shape is like it comes down and around, so it's pretty good for stamina. It's good. The idea is to stabilize the Beyblade with the weight all around it. So you know, I think it's a fantastic disc. The Hasbro one is a little lighter than this, but the shape is similar, and that worked out okay. And of course, the driver is Kick. It's a little weird looking, I guess, with a lot of wide parts on it. But the idea is that there's a spring on there, so that if the Beyblade turns at an angle, this would have the spring in there would push onto this to stabilize the Beyblade to stay back up straight. So that's the gimmick of this piece here, is that's why it's so wide. It's so that if it's like in the stadium, in the arena, when it turns like this and this side scrapes, the spring would push it back up so that it will stabilize. It's an interesting gimmick, I guess. We're not sure if it works all that well, but you know, it's in theory it's pretty cool. All about this Beyblade is having it stabilize, spin stealing, the kick, the weight distribution. So that's all pretty cool. Not to mention that we do also get this very nice and very pretty looking F gear for our Belial. So yeah, our Belial already has the V gear on it from when we opened Savior Valkyrie. So we'll have 2 gears on it now. Let's get to it. Let's assemble the Beyblade and put the gear on Belial. So yeah, here we have it, everything assembled. Like I said, this stays very low. I think that's fantastic. Very cool looking. The layer as well doesn't have too much of an upper attack, but you know, you can definitely see that there is a pattern there. So even if it's not just spin stealing, when it's fighting against other left spins, it will have a somewhat of a, you know, an upper attack there. But you know, since it's rubber, I don't think that's gonna work out too well. But you know, it's a still pretty cool, very cool Beyblade. And of course, here we have second gear Belial, and I think these fill in pretty well. I think Dynamite Belial is probably the one that they tested the most out with these designs for the gears. You can see that it fits perfectly. It's made specifically for it. I think it's awesome. It makes it more rounded, the blade. So I think that's pretty cool. Pretty excited to see how that affects the Beyblade as a whole. So yeah, let's test them out and battle them. So yeah, folks, as you saw, dialing these two together, they are very, very equalized. I don't really know what to say. We did 3 times and they tied all 3 times, even if you launch Belial first, even if you launch Vanish first. We did launch him softly mostly, but the one time I did spin him hard, it did the same result. They do, possibly because this blue part is like sort of like a softer plastic, maybe a harder rubber, I don't know, but it felt like they were equalizing each other. They were stealing spins from each other, and that made it so that at the very end they would lose at a very similar time. Against Savior Valtryek though, Vanish Fafnir did win a few times, like by very little, life after death, very close, but Vanish Fafnir did spin a little more. So I feel like, I don't know, I think is the rubber, I think it's it is stealing enough to keep it going, to equalize it, equalize their spins, but maybe it's equalizing too well and ending it very, either really close, cutting it really close, or just ending in a draw. Against Savior Valtryek against second gear Belial, second gear Belial did win most of the times, every time. So yeah, there's that. This gear does make it much better than just having the V gear, I think, in my opinion. But this is what it is. This is all I had to show. Take the conclusions you like, and thank you guys for watching. So leave us a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe to see more videos like this. We will be bringing more Beyblades, of course. We're showing all kinds of Beyblades of all generations in this series, and sometimes even showing some spin tops that are not Beyblade related. So if that's something you'd be interested in, stay tuned, and until then, stay nerdy, guys.